Okay, thank you and welcome to Pro Virtual College Fair. Again, thank you for joining us, to the panelists, of course, and to all of the attendees, students out there. Just to make sure you're aware, if you have a question for any of our panelists at any time throughout the 45 minutes, at the very bottom of your screen, there's a Q&A button. So if you have a question for any of the panelists during their presentation or at any time, click the Q&A and you can ask and they can answer throughout. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists are not going to be able to see you. So that's the best way to talk to them, is through that Q&A. This is recorded. The chat is also recorded, and it's going to be available in the same place that you signed up for this event. I'm going to let the panelists take over. And first up, we have University of Massachusetts, Lowell.
Hi, everyone. My name is Daisy Oganedo, Assistant Director of Admissions with the University of Massachusetts Lowell, and I'm just going to talk a little bit more about our school. So Lowell is a historic city. We've been known for being part of the Industrial Revolution. We're located 25 miles north of Boston, about 45 minutes. We're a very culturally diverse university, city itself, with eclectic shopping, restaurants, and a lively art scene. We're also close to the ocean, beaches, and mountains. Being part of Massachusetts, you do get a lot of different opportunities to see the lay of the land where we are located. So we're one of the 9th fastest growing public doctoral institutions, which is something that we are really proud of. Our average GPA is a 3.65 with a combined SAT average of a 1240 and an ACT average of a 26. For the SAT, we do super score at this time. So if you've taken it more than once, we will score your SAT, and we are test optional and have been since 2015. So for students who are not quite great test takers or weren't able to take it for any sort of reason, they do have the opportunity not to submit those test scores and instead come in test optionally. There's a lot of benefits for coming in test optionally. You're still eligible for scholarship. So if that's something you're interested in or have more questions about, I'll be more than happy to answer them later. We have just over 11,000 undergraduates with 120 plus programs of study, ranging from engineering, business, sciences, education, arts, and music. Health sciences is also super popular as well. We've also got 40 plus master's degree programs, as well as 30 plus doctoral degree programs. So for students who are interested in going further in their education, they do have the opportunity to do so on our campus. The only major that students really can't switch between is nursing. Every other major is open for intercampus transfers. We also have a 17-to-1 student to faculty ratio, with 50% of our classes having fewer than 20 students. So what usually happens there is your freshman year, much like other schools, you'll have those larger class sizes. Probably you're all taking a lot of similar general education courses. But the more you get deeper into your major, you do have the opportunity to have smaller and smaller class sizes. I myself received both my bachelor's and my master's from UMass Lowell, and I've loved my opportunities that I've had here, which is why I came back to work for the school to share that knowledge with all of you. We do have 6 colleges, as I mentioned earlier. There is the Zuckerberg School of Health Sciences, the Manning School of Business, the Kennedy College of Sciences, our engineering college, and then our fine arts, humanities, social sciences college. I feel like I'm missing one more, but we have quite a few different opportunities for students to learn here on our campus. We also have a really unique system in which our school is split up into 3 separate parts of campus: North Campus, which is for business, engineering, and sciences, and then South Campus, which is for fine arts, humanities, and social sciences. Next up, we've got the Honors College, which is probably the 6th. The Honors College is an umbrella college that encompasses all majors. So students do have the opportunity to take part in honors. When you first apply to the university, we'll look at your application and see if you're eligible. If you are, you'll then be welcomed into the Honors College and get all of the wonderful perks and benefits. We also have an accelerated bachelor's to master's program. So for students who are looking to get 2 degrees in just a short amount of time, it is a 4+1 program. Students do have the opportunity to do that through our school. We're very big on hands-on learning as well. We have lots of co-op opportunities, as well as internships. If you don't know what a co-op is, it's basically where you take a semester off and work full-time at a company within your field and get some work experience. 300 plus study abroad programs. You can study abroad for as long as a year, a semester, a couple of weeks, a couple of days, whatever best fits into your schedule. Lots of industry partnerships. As you can see in this picture here, iRobot is definitely one of our partners. We've also worked with Tesla, Raytheon, Fidelity, lots of different companies for students to get involved with. Clinical and practicum experience for those interested in health sciences as well as education. Massachusetts is one of the top states in the country for education, so lots of great schools to work through. We also have lots of fantastic hospitals that our clinical students take part in. Service learning opportunities, we do about 275,000 hours of volunteer service a year. So our students do love giving back. And we also have a program called Difference Makers. It's similar to the TV show Shark Tank, in which you come up with an idea or concept. You then pitch it to the university and you can win $50,000 to get your idea off the ground. We've had about 33 different startup companies begin that way, with over, I think, $5 million made total with all those companies, which is really fascinating. Last up is deadlines. November 5th is our early action deadline. Then we have our early action 2 deadline, January 5th. If you're interested in scholarships, that's a great time to apply. Then our regular decision deadline is February 5th. March 1st for FAFSA deadline. And we are part of the common application as well as the coalition application. So you can use either or. And again, you can visit us by going to www.uml.edu/tours. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. Next up, we have, do we have Liberty? No. Okay, so next up is Belmont University.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And good evening, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to learn a little bit more about each of our schools. My name is John Paul Murray, and I'm one of our assistant directors of admissions here at Belmont. Let me see what's going on here. All right. Again, thanks so much for tuning in this evening. I represent Belmont University. We're a medium-sized private co-ed Christian institution located in the heart of Nashville, Tennessee. I'm a Belmont graduate myself, so you'll hear me share a little bit about my experience whenever I was a student, but so excited to work with y'all throughout this process and hope that you're interested in us here at Belmont. We currently have right now just over 8,200 students total, with about 6,600 of those being undergraduate students. So I always tell people it's a nice medium size to be at. We're not so big that you're getting lost in the mix, but also not so small that you feel like you're in high school all over again. It's that nice kind of middle ground where you have really small class sizes across the board, on average about 19 students. So if you're looking for a school where you're going to get to know your professors, get to know other students, that's certainly us here at Belmont. You'll see that low student to faculty ratio as well of 14:1. Now, our students come from all over the country. About 70% of our students are from outside of the state of Tennessee, and some of the larger states that we pull students from aren't necessarily right next door to us. So places like Illinois and Texas, California, Florida, all over the place. So I say that to you just to let you know, if you're maybe one of the only people or the only person that you know that's considering Belmont, you're not alone in that whatsoever. Of our incoming 1,600 students this past year, those students came from 1,100 different high schools. So you don't have to be a math whiz to figure out that's over 1,000 people moving onto campus that don't know anyone their first day of class. So know that we have students of all different types of backgrounds as a part of our campus community. Now, we love our home of Nashville, Tennessee. We think that this is such a great city to live in and such a fun place for you to be a college student. There are also so many career opportunities available to you by being in one of the fastest growing metro areas within the country. This is a picture of downtown Nashville. We're located just about 2 miles south of here, nestled in between some great neighborhoods. Just to our west is Hillsborough Village, going towards Vanderbilt's campus, just directly between the two of us. East of us, you'll find 12 South, another great neighborhood with shops, restaurants, coffee shops, all that stuff. And then just north of our campus is Music Row. Music Row is the hub of all things revolving around the music industry. So if you're wondering, where are the labels and the recording studios and what have you, those are all pretty much on Music Row, again, literally right next to our campus. So it's a great location within, of course, I'm a little biased, but what I think is a really, really fun city. Now, academically, there is a lot that you can choose from on campus. We have just over 100 different majors and programs in total in a variety of different areas, which you can see listed here. A lot of people will know us for the arts and for music specifically, and certainly we don't shy away from that whatsoever. We do have some fantastic programs that revolve around the entertainment industry, around music, and everything that comes with that. You'll see here on the screen some of our largest majors on campus, things like music business, audio engineering technology, commercial music, songwriting, all of these entertainment industry specific programs. But Belmont is a lot more than just a music school. You'll notice nursing is our second largest major on campus. It's a direct admit program. We have a really strong Massey College of Business, growing programs in psychology and biology. So there's a lot happening across the board at Belmont, and some really good things happening in all of our different academic programs. And we're always adding new majors as well, as you can see there at the bottom. We do have a really vibrant academic experience for you outside of our campus borders as well. We have a great study abroad program that goes all over the globe. We also have semester-long program options in New York City and Los Angeles. So for the duration of a semester, you can live with Belmont students, take Belmont classes, but you're living, breathing, working all things New York and LA. So lots of ways that you can, of course, get to know your academic experience on campus, but then take that outside of the bounds of our campus. Now, like I mentioned earlier, our students come from all over the place, so it's really important to us to make sure that we are building a student community on campus. We have just over 160 different student organizations and clubs that y'all can choose from. So there's a little bit of something for everyone. We are a very residential institution, required to live on campus for your first 2 years, and most students will stay on campus for their whole undergraduate career. We're also proud to be home of the NCAA Division I athletics at Belmont. We participate in the Ohio Valley Conference. We'll also have special events on campus from time to time. Most notably, we hosted the final presidential debate this past year, the one that went well, mind you. So always some really cool stuff that's happening on campus. We want you to get to know Nashville, but we don't want you to feel like you have to leave campus to find something to do and to get plugged in and meet new people. There's always something happening on our campus. A couple of quick things to know about our admissions process. We have rolling regular decision admission all throughout your senior year, so no early action or early decision. We are test optional, though you'll see some average scores for this past year listed here on the screen. Currently test optional for students applying for fall 2021 as well as fall 2022. You'll see average GPA for us is about a 3.8 for this past year. And again, rolling decision all throughout your senior year. All that means is once your application file is complete, you should hear back from our admissions committee within about 2 to 3 weeks. So we'll try to turn that around to you as quickly as possible. On the scholarship side of things, your application for admission serves as your application for any and all merit-based scholarships to the university. So don't feel like you have to submit any type of additional form or anything like that whenever it's time for you to apply to Belmont. Again, you're automatically considered for all of this just by applying for admission. And I'll provide some links to that in the chat for y'all as well, just so that you can get over to that. I know it's a lot of information in a short amount of time. I'll wrap up by just mentioning that we are open for in-person visits and of course virtual visits as well. So if y'all are traveling and you'd like to come up and see us in Nashville, we are open most Monday through Saturdays. You can see different visit options listed on our website. It's just belmont.edu/visit. And that's also where you can see our different virtual visit options. We have, of course, virtual admissions information sessions, ways that you can engage with our various academic colleges on campus as well. I will put my contact information in the chat for you guys. So if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out that way or through the Q&A, of course, tonight. And with that, I'll pass it back over and we'll go on to the next school.
Thank you so much, John, from Belmont University. Next, we have Illinois Wesleyan University.
All right. Good evening, everybody. My name is Andrew Starnes, and I'm the regional Southern Regional Admission Representative for Illinois Wesleyan. I do live in East Tennessee, so I'm over not too far away from Georgia. So always get a chance to enjoy getting to come down to the state. Looking forward to travel again, and hoping the next few minutes you'll get a chance to enjoy some quick information about why Illinois Wesleyan was recently named the Hidden Gem of the Midwest in terms of schools, and see why we rank in top 10 nationally for job placement. So Illinois Wesleyan, we are a liberal arts, smaller liberal arts university. We are located about 2.5 hours south of Chicago in the town of Bloomington. So Bloomington itself has about 130,000 residents, so it's a good size community. And with the school itself, we got about 1,700 undergrads, and that allows us to have average classroom size of about 16, 10 in the labs. The most important thing, you're not going to see this. You're not going to see the large lecture halls at Illinois Wesleyan. You're going to get a lot less lecture and more discussion. So a lot of opportunities to make sure we're adding as much value to your education as you can by getting your questions answered by your faculty, being able to engage with your peers. And Illinois Wesleyan is an undergrad only institution. We don't have any grad students at our school. So it's all about the undergrad experience. So for anyone that's particularly wanting research opportunities, especially if you're wanting to go to grad school, you will definitely want to check out the opportunities that we have. Almost a quarter of our students are doing grad level research at the undergrad level. So we are primarily divided up into three main colleges. We do have our college School of Nursing. Almost 2 decades of 100% job placement is a direct admit nursing program. We have our College of Fine Arts. So for any students that are really into theater, we have everything from musical theater to BFA in acting, and then also incredible schools of art and music. So I get a lot of theater applicants, ton of music applicants for my territory this year as well. So many connections across the board on that area. And then our College of Liberal Arts contains the most of our 80 different major minor combinations that we do offer, of everything from political science to neuroscience, pre-med, psychology, pre-engineering, even physics at a small liberal arts university. So we have so many different tracks for degree paths or career paths that you would want to pursue. Now at Illinois Wesleyan, we do take a lot of pride in trying to become a more diverse campus. We do have our office devoted to that, of our Office of Diversity and Inclusion. Almost a third of our students on campus are students of color, looking to continue to grow that as well. We just want to try to be an open college for everybody. We have special events and backgrounds to help some of our underrepresented populations, from our lavender graduation for our LGBTQ plus community to our pre-orientation programs designed for students of color to make sure they have a voice and a place on campus. We're interfaith campus across the board. And even for first-gen students, almost a third of our students are first generation. So the point of it is, no matter your background, we want this to be a very inclusive and welcoming atmosphere for all students and backgrounds. We do have over 120 different student organizations. So I tell about all the time, whether it's our majors or campus life, we pretty much have all the opportunities and things that you would expect from a large university. But again, just shrunk down to the smaller level. We do have Greek life, so we do have sororities and fraternities, tons of different events on campus. So there's really going to be something for everyone to be able to do. We even have our students living on campus their first 3 years. So we have mainly students living on campus the majority of their time, different types of residence halls and apartment styles. So it's really just one big community, which is just awesome. We do have athletics. So we are D3 NCAA, 24 different sports for our men and women to compete in. We typically do dominate a lot of the conference play in our area in the CCIW. So we just take a lot of pride in our athletic success. We also have esports. So if you were interested in getting recruited to play video games as an opportunity to earn scholarship, we do have that as well. Very competitive on that side. Now, because we are a smaller liberal arts university and a private school, we don't want this to intimidate you for cost. We try to pride ourselves in being a very cost-effective school. With over 95% of our students receiving financial aid, we do have a merit scholarship available for all students that get admitted based on GPA and scores. Our average this past year was a 3.75 GPA, 26 ACT or 1210 SAT. So if you're at that area or higher, you're going to be looking at one of our top scholarship opportunities. And we were test optional for this year for our students. So we do have test optional path, including full acceptance and scholarship consideration on that side as well. So for our current, if we do have any seniors, our app is still open for this fall. But for juniors that may be tuning in, our app will open this August. We are on the Common App. We have our own internal application as well. It is always free, so no fee to apply. We try to keep the process very simple. We are offering virtual opportunities to visit starting now really through the spring and summer, but we are doing in-person campus tours safely as well too. So if you want to come up to the campus, we would love to host you and a guest, so that way we could still let you have a great experience on campus as well. And again, I'll be here to help out along the way through the process. My main contact info is in the top left, so definitely hope to stay in touch. If you need anything, let me know. I hope you all have a great rest of the evening. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Okay, thank you so much, Andrew. Next up, we have Valdosta State University.
All right, thank you, ma'am. All right, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Valdosta State University. My name is James. I'm your admissions counselor. I'm a 2018 graduate from Valdosta State as well. I originally studied public relations communications, and it was really cool and beneficial that everything I studied in my major, I'm getting to enjoy and apply here every day at work. One, that's our goal here at Valdosta State, is one, to prepare you for your future university graduation, and two, to prepare you to be confident and successful in your future dream job post-graduation. Very exciting virtual tour for you guys. Please, if you have any questions, drop them in the chat. We'll be glad to answer questions live on the spot as well. We're at Valdosta State. We're located right on the Florida-Georgia line, but we are here in Georgia. And we were established in 1906, so over 100 years ago. And one thing that when I was doing my college search that I was really drawn to about Valdosta State is, one, we're getting mid-sized university. So we're not too large where you're going to be in those 1,000-person lecture halls and feeling like a number. Also not in the middle of a nowhere ghost town. You're in a good sized mid-sized city, and also you're in a good sized mid-sized university as well. From freshman year, your average classroom sizes will be around 20 to 40 students. So best part, you'll actually know your classmates, and also your professors will know you by name as well. And also when it comes to Valdosta State, we are very diverse in everything that we do. As you can see, we have students representing from 65 countries and almost all 50 states on our campus as well. Here is probably one of the most iconic pictures you've seen from Valdosta State. Your beautiful West Hall, and right in front of it, your beautiful $1 million front lawn as well, with your palm trees that we love to see as well. And also, when it comes to your academics here at Valdosta State, we offer over 100 different majors and programs. The way we've restructured all of our programs includes that hands-on component, because we understand it clicks. We've been lectured in PowerPoint enough in high school. So here for all of your majors and programs, you're guaranteed that hands-on component because we learn better that way, either through a study abroad opportunity, an internship with the firm or the different organization you're interested, or we're actually doing it in our classrooms. Some of your popular majors on Valdosta State's campus includes your College of Nursing and Health Sciences, which is a new $42 million building conveniently located right across the street from the largest hospital and medical center in all of South Georgia, North Florida. As you can see, we'll get in our scrubs, especially when times get back to normal. We'll go across the street and actually start working with our future patients and clients. Also, you have one of the best business colleges in the state of Georgia. We've also earned a very prestigious accreditation. That is your Aacsb Accreditation for your College of Business. And we're very proud of our professors and our students for all of their hard work. Whether you're interested in finance, entrepreneurship, business administration, your College of Business professors are very passionate, so you can really feed up their energy as well. Also, coming up next is your College of Computer Science. Valdosta State has recent graduates currently working for Google, Apple, Netflix, Amazon, and Hulu due to everything we've learned in our classrooms from coding with C++, Python, and JavaScript that we can successfully and confidently apply to our dream job again after graduation. And if you all have any passions when it comes to your College of the Arts, Valdosta State produces the most theatrical productions compared to any state school in the state of Georgia. We produce around full stage productions, around 6 to 9 full stage productions. As you can see, we've performed Shrek recent semesters. We've also showcased Pirates of the Caribbean and a better version of Cats as well. And also, when it comes to the student life on campus, your student life is very involved, very active. You have over 200 different clubs and organizations. So there's always something going on the campus and something that you can join and be a part of. You have over 21 active Greek life. So from fraternity sororities, they're very active as well. But more importantly, we have a ton of traditions on our campus. As you can see, we showcase during our homecoming year, your glow-in-the-dark black light pep rally. You have the entire student body, your entire sports teams as well for NCAA Division II. We'll come out and we'll support each other before homecoming week. It's a very lively campus as well. But also one of our most beautiful traditions, will be your future Valdosta State graduation back again on your lovely front lawn. And it was really cool. Your graduation will be showcased on your front lawn at night. You will have a light show. You have over 15 minutes of fireworks. Again, it's an honor to graduate from a university, but definitely from Valdosta State as well. And one thing that we love to showcase on your campus, you can also visit Valdosta State in person as well. And what we can do is we can go to the Valdosta State website in the search form, type in campus tours, and you can actually request a campus tour. Very exciting tour if you're enjoying what you have seen so far. You have a full walking portion and also a full driving portion with a current Valdosta State student. So you can ask them your questions live in person. They, of course, will still be socially distanced so we can stay safe as well. But it truly helps when you're doing your college search to really experience Valdosta State in person. And also, what we love to showcase is becoming a Blazer. So your application is currently waived. So you can do your application today or this weekend at no cost to you guys. So all we're going to need is one, your Valdosta State application at valdosta.edu. Go to undergraduate admissions, and that's where you can start your application. After that, you're welcome to have your admissions counselors or high school counselors submit over your transcript. And within 5 to 7 days, you'll actually receive an admissions decision, hopefully your future acceptance decision as well. And if you need anything, please drop your questions in the chat as well. We'd be glad to answer your questions on the spot. But we're actually going to turn it over to our next counselor. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, James, and thanks for that energy. Very needed. Okay, so next up we have Maryville College.
All right. Hello, everyone. So nice to see you all virtually. My name is Catherine. I am an enrollment counselor at Maryville College. We are located in Maryville, Tennessee. We were founded in 1819 by a Scots-Irish Presbyterian minister. We were founded on his motto of doing good on the largest possible scale. And you will see this really throughout the trends of Maryville College. One thing in particular that I am always impressed to point out is on average, our students complete a total of 2,000 community service hours a week. So giving back to our community is something that is really important to us. We are a small private liberal arts school of about 1,000 students. And one thing that I love the most about Maryville College is our location. So the city of Maryville itself is a really great up and coming place with cool restaurants, local coffee shops. We're only 20 minutes away from Knoxville, Tennessee, with great sporting events, really great dining options, very cool city, the third largest city in Tennessee. About an hour or so drive, you've got Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg. So if you want to go to Dollywood, if you want to, go explore all of the really fun tourist attractions in Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg, it's not too far of a trip for you. And then finally, we are located at the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountain National Park. So you are never too far away from attending small areas, a very large national park to hike, and it's absolutely beautiful. We have over 60 programs of study and about that many minors as well. So you definitely have tons of opportunities to get involved academically on campus. We have a 12-to-1 student to faculty ratio, meaning that you are never going to be in one of those large lecture hall classes. When you have that small student to faculty ratio, you're getting that great one-on-one attention from your faculty, lots of opportunities to collaborate with your classmates. We are super transfer friendly. We also take dual enroll and AP credits. So if you completed any of those, we definitely would love to take those. Maryville College Works is a program that is embedded into our curriculum that bridges college to career. So we start that off as soon as you become a student at Maryville College by giving you an interest and skills assessment and helping you create a career development plan. And then throughout your time at Maryville, you will have a faculty advisor that helps you create a resume, make internship connections, attend career fairs. We require all of our students to complete a significant practical experience during their time. So an internship, a project, anything that's really going to help you boost your resume. And then finally, all of our students do complete a senior study. So that can look like a thesis, a project on campus, anything that is something that is going to help you move forward in life. We're really excited to help you achieve. All right, and then beyond the classroom, the MC student experience. We have a program called Mountain Challenge. So I mentioned that we're right at the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountain National Park. And we really believe that getting students out into the environment, getting students out into nature is overall going to help your longevity, going to help you be a better student. And we really put our money where our mouth is, and we'll take you on Mountain Challenge programs throughout your time at Maryville. So if you like yoga, if you like kayaking, hiking through the mountains, our campus has its own alpine tower that once you reach the top, you have absolutely stunning views of Maryville City and of the mountains. We are a NCAA Division III school. 1/3 of our student population actually do participate in athletics. So if you are a student athlete at Maryville College, you're never far away from other students having the same experience as you. Since 2000, we've received 18 conference titles. Actually, this weekend, our men and women's basketball team actually brought home their district championship. So it's definitely an institution where you're going to have success on the field. And off the field, we do definitely invest in our student success. The Cooper Success Center is its own study hall set up specifically around athletic schedules. You're going to experience lifelong friendships and a really deep connection to Maryville College. Not to mention, if Division III athletics isn't for you, we have a club and intramural sports to still get involved. So 100% of Maryville College students actually receive a merit-based scholarship. So if you are admitted to Maryville College, you will immediately receive a merit-based scholarship valued anywhere from $10,000 to $23,000. We really believe in rewarding you for the hard work that you did in high school. The average cost at Maryville College is actually just a little over $17,000. And when we compare that to large in-state institutions that are paying a little more, it's actually a big misconception that you can't have that small community or that small private school feeling for less than you would at a large public school. And we really like to show that you actually can have that experience. We also offer tons of competitive scholarships for various different interests that you may have. If that mountain challenge, Alpine Tower sounded like something fun to you, we will pay you to be an employee through our Mountain Challenge program through a scholarship. We have a handful of faith and service learning scholarships as well. We have scholarships for equestrian. We have scholarships for STEM. We have a full ride scholarship program called McGill for top achieving students to compete for a full ride scholarship to Maryville College. And then finally, we are really passionate about our fine arts at Maryville College. So you can receive a scholarship for music, for theater, for instrumental, whether you decide to major in those things or not. So if it's something that you are interested in, something that you are passionate about, we will still reward you financially to participate in those things. So finally, we would love to see you apply. We are still accepting applications for any seniors that are here. If there are any juniors that are here, we will begin early action applications in August. It is free to apply. Once you do apply, you will receive access to your Maryville portal. We call it your MVP page. And from here, you will receive updates on the status of your application and any financial aid updates, anything that you may need. Well, I thank you all so much for your time. I am going to put my contact information in the chat. Like some of my colleagues mentioned, we are doing on-campus and virtual visits. So we would love to see you in the foothills of the Smokies if you are traveling. But if you are not traveling yet, we definitely will welcome you to attend our virtual options. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. So that leaves us a little bit of time for a question, and we're going to go in the order that you presented it. So if all the panelists could turn on their cameras, we're going to do like a 30-second answer. You can talk to each other, or you can just kind of individually answer the question however you see fit. So the question for all the panelists is going to be, what advice would you give someone going through the college search process? Okay, and starting off with University of Massachusetts of Lowell.
First advice I would probably give is to take a deep breath, but then also stop comparing yourself to how other people are doing. Your college search process is your college search process. It's not anyone else's, and they'll never look the same or be the same. So do what's best for you, and just think of this as the next step in your future instead of thinking of it as something just overwhelming.
I think for me, one of the biggest kind of pieces of advice that I would have would be, don't be attached to a specific major. I think that sometimes you feel like, oh, I'm going to study this for sure. That's what I'm going in with. And that narrows your search. Be open to other academic programs, and that may open up kind of some new schools or new possibilities at a school that you're really passionate about and end up kind of connecting with. So that's my 2 cents at least.
I would say for coming from perspective, I'd say if you're get to know your admission counselor. If you are at a small university, especially, a lot of times those admission counselors are going to be able to get to know you very well in terms of your intentions, career path, goals, all that good stuff. And really, they're going to serve a lot of different areas, whether it be financial aid or credit evaluation, whatever it may be. So I can't stress it enough, no matter what school you're looking at, try to get to know your admission counselor so that way they can help you through the process and really, really take advantage of that, because we're here to help in any way that we can, honestly.
Yeah, I would definitely recommend one, definitely do your college search. As you can see, every institution is very much different. We offer different styles, different programs as well. And once you take time to really figure out which one is the right fit for you, you'll definitely be happier that way instead of settling. You never want to settle, but once you do your college search, you'll be like, this is the one for me. And then the light bulb will click. So definitely just take time to, as we mentioned, reach out and do some more research for what you're really interested in.
And I will slightly echo my colleagues that there is no such thing as a bad question. Your enrollment counselors are excited to help you make the right decision, even if it's not necessarily the decision to attend our institution. You know, we want to walk you through, we want you to be in the institution that's going to be the best fit for you. So don't ever hesitate to ask any of us any questions that you might have. You know, we're really happy to help you through your college search process.
Okay, thank you. We actually have time for one more question. So the question is going to be, all right, let me get the screen up. What is your favorite event or tradition on campus? Because I know that every campus has something super cool. So if you can go in the exact same order, tell us a little bit about what's cool on your campus.
So I think one of the biggest events that I really enjoy on campus is our Break the Record rally. We are Division I in all sports, so that means we're being in New England, hockey is a big thing. So we really love hockey up here. So what we do is we try to get as many students as possible in the same color t-shirts, all just to break the record of most guests at a hockey game. And I think we've beat it every year because everyone just really loves going to those events. And it's always fun because there's free stuff and, you know, the game is always really great. But it's definitely, even though I hate hockey, it's definitely one of my favorite things to be part of.
One of my favorite events that we do on campus centers around our bell tower, which is right in the middle of our campus. Can't miss it anytime you're on campus. And at the beginning of your time at Belmont, the night before your first day of class, everyone has a candle and you go around the bell tower, and it's lined with professors, other staff members, other students. And it's like right at sunset. So it's a beautiful kind of way to begin your time at Belmont. And then you do the same thing on the night before graduation. So it's a great kind of beginning and ending to your time at Belmont, and something that's really sentimental for those of us that are Belmont alums, and always a really fun tradition and event that we do every year.
Yeah, for Illinois Wesleyan, we have an event called Big Show, and basically what that is we turn the whole campus into kind of one large event in terms of just like fun activities and and ways for the students to have fun and to hang out, and usually followed up with a pretty big concert in our main student center. So it just turns into a really big fun weekend event for everybody.
Awesome. So one thing you guys can look forward to at Valdosta State, as we have a ton of traditions, and back on your front lawn, we actually have what's called Music Mayhem. So before finals week, we actually kind of have a de-stress festival. We'll have like a water show, some live music on the front lawn. So it's one of traditions that happens usually in our spring semester. So definitely something you can enjoy as a Valdosta State student will be your Music Mayhem.
I spoke briefly in my presentation about Mountain Challenge, but that is definitely my favorite tradition on campus. So you could be in class one day with your professor, and then the next night they are belaying you up the Alpine Tower, or they're leading you up the Smoky Mountains. So it's a really cool opportunity to have.
Great. Well, I appreciate you all being here, and very insightful information from all the panelists. If there's any last minute things that you want to pop into the chat, please do so now. Just make sure it says panelists and attendees so that everyone out there gets the information. And again, thank you so much for being here. And I wish you all well in your journey in finding what's next for you. So thank you again, and have a great night.